Hello, I'm Sin. Hello, everybody. Today is the 11th of March, and as always, we're gonna tell the pen story. And prior to tell the pen story, I just want to apologize that you wouldn't be able to see my video because my camera is having an issue right now. So I actually only can record my voice. So that said, I'm just gonna start it with the pen story right now, okay? So what is this? Let me describe it for you. Okay, it's like a cylinder shape, and then inside there is an ink, and then there is something a tip to write. So what is that? Oh, it's a pen, and we use a pen to write now, right? Now, if the dog comes into the room and I look at it and I wave this in front of the dog, what does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? There's still a pen or a chewing toy. It becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Ishii Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He is also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this clinically on the table, and then when there is no human, no dog, and nothing to interact with, it come back to true self. We call it the emptiness. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this become a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at it, this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes then? Oh, it becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So the single thing, when there's no human, no dog, nothing to interact with, it comes back to true self. We call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not darkness, it's not nothing, no feeling, no thinking, or no nothing. The emptiness is just itself. It doesn't interact with anyone, and we all possess the emptiness, right? But then in reality, we always, almost all the time, interact with someone or something, or something happened to us, right? So that's the reason why we always has the potential, have the liberty to choose what we want to become with that thing that interact with us, and then how that thing or that person look at us. So that is the potential. So the second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me, or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if the thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm gonna change my mind and I'm gonna start praying that this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? They all sit inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls karma. When we see something, the sit inside our mind pop will open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friends say, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friends. So I'm giving this to my friend, and this palm open up. And both me and my friend will see it. And this leave a mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already been planted into my mind. And now I pop up and open up and cover this and made it see it for what you have been planted early into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we learn over four different lessons. The first lesson is both are correct, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And from my own experience, I think that is in order for us to do that, we have to take things slow, like just slow a bit, before you answer something, before you react. Just kind of take a deep breath, and then you will be able to have clarity in your mind, and you'll be able to actually have better response, and you'll be able to have the time, the very small time, to start thinking why that person do what they are doing, or raise what they are thinking. And that is very, very valuable. And the second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of everything, so everyone around you, and trust the potential of whatever happened to you. And this is really something that reminded me of the subconscious power. The book is just saying that, whatever happened to you at this very moment is the best thing that can happen to you. And again, just like lesson number one, it's all, we have to, it's all come from our mind, come from the practice, long-term practice, in order for us to be able to have that kind of attitude, that kind of mindset. And the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And this is also very important to be responsible, to be proactive of what you are doing, knowing that you are the one who dictate your life. You will have the full power of how to change the course of your life. And the fourth lesson is how to incorporate those lessons into our lives, so that we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first, we use lesson number two to see the potential, the emptiness and the potential in everything surround us, and then we choose what potential we would like to have in our dream life. And lesson number three, we start planting those seeds, okay, using our word, our action, our thoughts to other people. So for instance, if you want to have happiness, then you start planting the happiness that using your word, your action, your thought to other people, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then you use your words, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, making sure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping them to get that very same seed. And that is actually the very, very best way, very secure way for you to plant the seed into your mind. And one of these days, being able to harvest the good result from that seed. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that this is something that, my camera is having issue for a while already. It's on and off, on and off. But then fortunately, and then we already have the backup camera, right? Set up for me. But then suddenly the camera just working perfectly again. And but then today is actually a very important day for me, because I'm gonna moderate a webinar on at work. And with this webinar, normally we'll have around 200 to 4 or 500 people attending. So it's very important that I have my camera with me. And suddenly last night, my camera just, broken, and it didn't turn on. And I actually At that time, I actually moderate a class as well. And after the initial panic, I decided that, I'm just gonna go on with the class. And for today, I will ask my husband to help me with setting up the camera. And I hope that would be good. And we'll solve the problem. So I can see that the first time when I have the camera problem, I actually very panic. So now is actually I gradually develop my attitude actually a lot better. And stop reacting and actually start thinking how to solve the problem, and what to do the better way. And that's the lesson that I would like to share with you all today. Thank you, Anil, for accompanying me in the 3,000-day journey. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me today. And if by me sharing with you the pain story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my church family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world, any other words, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.